Or is it for you when you start getting contributions from the bottom of your lineup, similar to what the DS did for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly important, to be able to do that. And, we're getting production from the top of the order, but, when the bottom can do what DS has done the last couple of nights, Johnson taking good at bats from recently, it's really important. Crony, also an unsung hero offensively. He's not going to show up a lot in the box scores, but, 2 at bats that took 23 pitches of Manaea 77 at the time, and 2 at bats, nothing to show for it in the box score, but those are big at bats, that counts and starts to drain the battery a little bit, and also shortens the outing. But clearly it was a big 2-run double by Diaz.
Yeah. Obviously, we talked about the defense last night. It was spectacular by Fernando, but tonight some solid defense as well by Iglesias and Arise and Crone. How important has that been?
And I'm glad you brought it up. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, we get the highlight reel plays, and we're spreading that defense around. Pitching a defense that really does win. It's a wonderful recipe. No free outs, and Iglesias continues to play really good defense. Arise, I've said it periodically, and but metrically, but the eye test, this guy's playing really good first base. And Crony, the diving play in the 4-hole, and then that play, with 1 out or nobody out in the 9th. I mean, it's a big play. It allows Yuki, which is good for Yuki. Came in, got his guys, and the Crony made a spectacular couple plays, including that play in the 9th.
This level of offense and the ability to add on late games that you've had recently, what can that do on a team-wide perspective for your bullpen?
Huge.
In terms of helping those guys?
Just huge. I mean, it creates margins, right? And I love the at-bats, of the hunger. I don't want to misrepresent that the hunger wasn't there, because the hunger's always been there. Guys are just really in a good spot, taking a lot of quality bats, managing the strike zone very, very well, and passing the baton, doing the little things, the bunt games in our bag, going the other way, moving runners like Crony did, and then little things lead to big things. And what a pretty swing Manny had for his, I think his 11th season of 20 home runs. Model of consistency, and clearly a big blow. And now it allows us to go to the bullpen and do something different, and save Adam and Suarez. And Marinaccio did a great job. I've already mentioned Yuki, and they were great, but a lot of other heroes, one of them being Mr. Estrada, right in the heart of the order, nobody out, bases loaded, and was really close to getting out of it unscathed, but to leave it there tied at that point, fantastic. And Wandy doing his job in the 6th, and Morion, really wiping out the 7th, and of course we had on, and here we go. It's really important.
You had a pretty good lefty bat on your bench to stick with Diaz there. What has he shown you to give him that at-bat in that spot?
Yeah, no, it definitely shown us that, and we've got the lead, so it's a little bit different calculus at that point. But yeah, he's starting to swing the bat well, and don't have to use as many moving pieces when you got guys that are starting to show you consistent bats, and he's able to reward that with another good at bat.
What do you think of Bergert's start, first 4 innings?
First 4 were fantastic. He really were great, and he's done what he's done all year. He's not done anything with a lot of quality strikes, and throwing the ball inside, throwing the ball. The changeup was on display, and all his pitches were working, and throwing them where he wanted to, and the 2 walks and a soft single, got him in the 5th. So tight game at that point, and but the first 4 were outstanding. Gave us a chance to keep it close and do what we did.
Mike, have you ever seen anyone as hot as Manny right now, just in all your years of being a skipper, just how he's just on fire right now?
Yes, I don't need to take anything from Manny. I've seen Manny is almost as good as this. I've seen Bogey in this, recently. I've seen Toddy recently, and I've had the privilege of seeing some other pretty good players that are at Cooperstown here soon. But he's in a really good place, and it's a privilege to be able to be a part of it.
Anything else?